What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Motorhead YouTube channel. Today we are working on this 2020 destroyed Hellcat. And if you guys seen the previous episode on this car, we did get it on the frame machine and pull everything out. But we have been waiting on parts. We did get dealer parts. As you can see right here, we have a brand new quarter panel and tail pan. And it took a very long time to get because just the wait time was crazy. We also do have a used quarter panel right here. And what we're going to use the used quarter panel for is this inner structure right here, because this right here from the dealer was about $2,000 with no date for it to come in. So we didn't want to wait a couple of weeks or months or however long it was going to take. So we got this used quarter panel for $400, and that's going to allow us to use this tail light pocket right here also, which we need. And so it's going to be really nice that we can build everything onto there and keep the outer structure brand new OEM, because this quarter panel does have some damage on it, as you can see, and there's just no point of replacing a quarter panel and still having to fix it and bondo it. So we're going to get started. I think what we're going to do first is get this thing up in the air. I do want to change the suspension real quick and get that out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and get up inside this interior right here and get these seats out, get all of this torn down. That way nothing gets damaged, because we don't want anything to get sparks or welds. We are going to cover it, but it's just still best to get everything apart, especially since we're going to do welding up inside here. We don't want no fires. There is foam in there, so we're going to make sure everything is completely out. That way we can go ahead and do this repair properly. Unfortunately, I did mess up. The glass guy was here yesterday and I didn't tell him about the glass. I completely forgot, and it is Saturday, so they're not open. So we're not going to be able to do it completely, but what I want to do in this episode is get the suspension fixed, get this quarter panel off. We'll just cut it around the glass for now temporarily, and then we'll go ahead and replace this inner structure. As you can see, it's pretty smashed up, and there's just no way you're going to save this and make it look good. So we're going to start by doing the suspension, and then we'll start tearing off this quarter panel and tearing off this panel and tearing off this rear body panel, which these rear body panels aren't too hard, so should be pretty easy, especially since we're gonna have the quarter off, because it does go behind there, so we can snake it in and put it on first and then fit these parts onto it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so I got the suspension changed out. It was actually pretty tricky because we had to lower the subframe, but now it's all good to go. So I'm glad that's out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the rear here, and I need to go ahead and start drilling out this rear body panel. Matt is gonna get up inside here and take all of this stuff apart and get the trunk wiring harness off. That way we can get the trunk off. And then also all of this stuff. As you can see, we do not want to be welding around this because it could possibly catch on fire. So he's going to get that apart, and I'll start getting these spot welds off. We'll get this panel off and just keep moving forward and get all of this cut out and see what we have to do underneath there. Okay guys, so we made a lot of progress on the car. I found a whole bunch of hidden damage, and honestly, before anyone says anything, this right here, the car totaled out, and this has become a customer pay job. So we're already over budget, and in order to replace this wheel well right here, you have to cut this entire structure out all the way to the end. And like I said, the customer is out of budget. We already ate $200 on this job, so we were pretty much doing this as a courtesy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wheel well off the other one, and I'm gonna splice it right here. That way it's super nice. It was damaged all up inside here. And we're gonna have access from the back to go ahead and coat it real nicely, and we'll paint it this green. Same with this inner structure. This inner structure runs up really far, so we're going to splice that in too. And this lower section right here was destroyed. I want to go ahead and replace that, which is free of charge, and we're going to be replacing that just to make the job cleaner. That way I can line this inner structure up to that lower structure, and we can weld it all in together. I think that's all we're going to do for today, is just get the inner structure done, and then once the glass guy comes, we can literally just come in and put the quarter panel on for good, along with that rear panel. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on the used quarter panel. We got a lot of drilling to do on it, so we're gonna go ahead and get that quarter panel off and get all the inner structure, cut it a little bit further. That way we can overlap it real nicely, cut it real neatly, and weld everything in super beautiful. So let's get started. Okay guys, so we went ahead and put it all together and did a test fit. And I gotta say, this is turning out really nice. I'm super happy that we were able to get this inner structure out super clean and to get it to fit up to this panel right here really nicely. As you can see, the bolt holes are in the center. The welds are lining up. It's still gonna need some finesse work. I really don't wanna do any final cuts or welds right now. I want that quarter panel on and I wanna test fit everything completely before we do any of that. And unfortunately guys, I'm really sorry I messed up and I didn't get the glass cut out. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys are enjoying the rebuild. But other than that, everything's turning out super nicely. Inside here, as you can see, everything's looking beautiful. We're gonna weld that up and seam seal it and it's gonna look great. And then right here, we're just going to self-tap it, cut it, and check that out. It's gonna look beautiful. And from the inside, we're gonna be able to coat it real nicely. And from the outside, just like on the CRV, we'll scan this code. And once we finish everything, we'll paint it and it's gonna look OEM and turn out awesome. So super happy with all of this progress right here. I'm really happy we went with a new quarter panel because these quarter panels have a lot of glue, as you can see right here, and it just would be really hard to get that one off clean. So we did have to save a little bit money going with the used parts for the customer's sake, but with the final results with the brand new quarter panel, I think it's going to look absolutely magnificent. So stay tuned guys, next episode, glass is coming out. I think that'll drop probably Tuesday or Wednesday, who knows. And we'll have this thing ready for paint and all of the gaps looking beautiful. Also check this out, a little update on the Mustang. We are building the doors right now. Larry and his sons came and both doors are getting assembled. Larry's getting the wiring out of that one. So super soon, this thing's gonna get its final assembly. This is a huge project and a lot of work, but slowly and surely it's coming together. We're doing it right. So if you wanna see that, be sure to lightly tap that subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss out. And if you want an inside scoop on a lot of this stuff before the videos drop, be sure to follow us on Instagram at motorhead.co. I'll link it down below. You can go check it out. We appreciate all the love and support and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.